Hey, thank you for volunteering to be interviewed today.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what your major is here at Elizabeth City State University?
I'll be glad to. My name is D'Angelo, and I'm a junior here at Elizabeth City State University. And my major is engineering technology with a concentration in mechanical engineering.
What made you choose that major?
At first, I was a computer engineering technology student here, but they canceled it out. So the only choices I had was mechanical or electrical, and I chose mechanical.
Oh, so can you let us know the difference between electrical and mechanical?
Well, the electrical is you're working with like breadboards, multimeters, and stuff like that. And when you're a mechanical major, you're on the math side. You're more on like the physics side, and you're working with machines and yeah.
So, what made you go into this major?
Well, I've always been a fan of like math and engineering as growing up. And I have multiple family members that are engineers, so I just follow in their footsteps. But I want to do it differently than me.
What do you want to do?
I want to start my own corporation with this engineering background that I have. I don't want to just work under someone.
Okay, can you elaborate more on what your business would be?
My business would be a stem of all engineering, starting from electrical, even up to civil. I want to work with all branches of engineering.
That's a great goal to have. You ever hear people say they want to start their own business? But back to Elizabeth City State University, can you tell me your overview about the department?
Department of Engineering, right?
Yes.
I feel like it's okay, but there's a lot of improvements that can be made there.
Such as?
Well, I feel like we could have more teachers because it feels like now they're just placing us in classes with the same teachers, and some of these teachers don't even know the content of the class they're teaching. They're filling in a role for a class that someone else should be teaching instead of them. And also, I think that us as students should be able to engage more while we're in the classroom other than just sitting down and taking notes.
So more hands-on approach.
Yep.
Okay, so can you tell me one upside to your department that you like?
Well, I like our labs because, as I was saying, we don't really have like hands-on. But in our labs, most of the time, we can do like hands-on activities that supplement for the lack of class work we do. Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a downside, like an example of a downside that you've experienced?
The lack of proper teaching, that's very much a downside. I've experienced it for the past, I won't say each class I've had, but one of every 6 classes I've had all 3 years would probably have one teacher that doesn't really know how to teach it. And it's kind of hard for most of the students to grasp that because of the teacher not really knowing how to teach it. And if the class is hard for the teacher to teach, it's going to be hard for the student to learn it as well.
That is so true. So, as we look at ECSU as a whole, the school is enrolled in the NC Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one of your reasons for choosing Elizabeth City State University?
Yes.
And its engineering program?
Yes, being honest, yes.
Yeah.
But the engineering, I didn't even know because when I first came here initially, I was about to do computer science, and then I saw engineering, so I quickly made the switch.
Okay. Well, as a student and as a junior at the school, can you tell me a little glimpse into your life and your experiences here? Does it have to be school related? I mean, work related, class related? Just tell me some fun times you've had, some not so fun times you had that you can share over the last 3 years.
Well, some fun times I've had would include me meeting some of my friends that I have now, and we went to like school-based parties and stuff just to let loose of all the stress we've had and for our classes. And another fun thing I've done here is I've tried to put together a theme for my department, which is slowly but surely setting in stone now because now they're having money funded to it. It's basically it's like I won't say an internship, but I would say it's like a research lab, which is in cooperation with the Department of Physics. Yeah. And I want to say some of the worst experiences I've had here would be when the drugs. I'm gonna be honest, I did fall to drugs for depression, and I fell to drugs.
Hey everybody, if you're watching this video, then you have seen or are about to see my interview subject talk about his previous dealings with drugs. Now, I know as college students we may be experiencing the same peer pressure or, the same things. So I wanted to reach out and, give some numbers and some places that you might want to go. Even you can even give this to your family members or somebody close to you. The first place I would check out was the ECSU Campus Counseling Center. They're very well versed in what they do, and they will get you right back on track. The next place I want you to know is the crisis text line. You can text this text line at HOME, HOME, to 741-741. Again, that's HOME to 741-741. Next is the National Alliance on Mental Illness Helpline. You can call 1-800-950-NAMI, which is 6264. So that is 1-800-950-6264. Next is the National Drug Helpline. You can call 24/7 and 365 days a year, also 366 days a year if it's a leap year, at 1-844-289-0879. Again, that's 1-844-289-0879. Next is the National Institute of Mental Health Information Resource Center. You can call English and Spanish at 1-866-615-6464. That's again 1-866-615-6464. There will be live help, but it says it is limited to regular hours through chat online. Chat online is available. National Suicide Prevention Healthline. You can call at any time, day or night, at 1-800-273-TALK, which is 8255. So that is 1-800-273-8255. Lastly, we have the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, which operates 24/7 and 365 days a year. It's a hotline, and you can call 1-800-662-4357. Again, that's 1-800-662-4357. I hope all of these resources help you and you get the help that you deserve. Thank you, and continue watching. Point to hit on. So what would you advise others that, are going through depression, because college is hard on those, and it's not an easy transition from high school to college. It's a different ball game. So how would you feel? How would you tell others to, handle that?
Well, I would say that if you can talk to someone, do it. Because holding it in and not really talking to someone is kind of like you're just suppressing the fact that you're depressed. You need to talk to someone if you can trust anyone. If you know anyone that you can talk to, you should talk to them.
Okay, that's a really really good point. Would you be available to talk to anybody who's going through that?
Yes, I would be actually.
That's great. Well, thank you for being honest. So, can you tell me a little bit more about your plans after school?
Well, after school, I plan to go on and get my master's degree in computer engineering.
Do you have any schools you're looking at?
Not currently, but I'm looking into that as we speak.
Okay, so with your bachelor's and your master's at once get both, what is your plans after that job wise?
Well, I plan to start working at Microsoft. Pray that I get that. And then after that, as you know, I've said I want to build my corporation. So I would do everything I need to do in that regard to start that.
Okay, good plan. Good plan. So, would you tell us a little bit of things that you've done on campus, like extracurricular, not with your department?
Honestly, nothing.
These whole 3 years you didn't do anything, participate in anything, went to any events.
Oh, I've been to like multiple events, but like when it comes to me solely like my full cooperation with anything other than classwork, I haven't done much.
Okay. Well, thank you for your cooperation and thank you for answering some of my questions.